Hi there. So in this video, I'm going to discuss about Ansible Lookup. Ansible Lookup is a plugin. This plugin allows access of data in Ansible from outside source. Right? This outside source can be a database services or API or the file system. So you can read the files or you can connect the database to fetch some data. So these lookups is very useful, but these are all advanced topic in the Ansible. Like all the templating, these plugins are evaluated on the Ansible control machine. Control machine in the sense where Ansible being executed. I mean, you triggering the Ansible, right? It is not target machine. Okay, and can include reading the file system, but also connecting external data source and services. As I said, so it can connect the database services and API services as well to fetch the data outside of source. Right. So these values are then made available using the standard templating system in Ansible and are typically used to load variable or template with information from those systems. So there are multiple lookups available. So in this session, I'll be covering the file lookup and the CSV lookup and environment lookup. Right. So let's see next step. The file lookup is the very simple one. The file lookup is getting the file content. So if you want to read the file content, you use the file lookup and then just you can do manipulation whatever you like. You can read the file and put it the different files or just display, or that's your goal. Right? The content can be read off the file as follows. So I'm just calling the lookup. This is how you need to define lookups, right? So the variable is content. In the content, I'm going to assign the contents from the root text file. So here is the syntax. You need to give the lookup command, and the file is the plugins here. So if it is this is file, as we are reading the file, I'm just giving the file, and if you're reading the CSV file, you need to give CSV, and if you reading environment, you need to give env. So there are multiple lookup available, so you can refer the Ansible documentation for more details. Okay. So this step is as we said, it is reading all the content of this file and storing in the content variable. So the next step, it is displaying the message. Okay, it is printing the content of the file. This is very clear, very simple one, the file system lookup. Okay, let's see an example and then we'll see file CSV lookup. That's somewhat complicated than this file lookup. Okay, so here I have my session, right? So I have already written the playbook. If I run this playbook, so it's going to be read the content of the root.txt and going to display here. So it displayed the content of file is file.lookup. Let me open a playbook so we can see that. Okay. So as document, I'm just calling the test file and then it displaying here. So also I calling the environment variable of this control machine, and it going to display what is the variable name. I mean the environment variable. Let me run again. Okay. So the file content is file lookup. If I open that file, root test, so it has this content, right? If I modify anything, so that's going to be display here. Sorry, file lookup is done. Running again. So displaying file lookup is done, right? But see the difference. So the file being read from the controller machine and displaying on both system. Like a templating, it's evaluating on the controller system and displaying across the node. Okay, I hope you clear on this file lookup. Let's move on to the CSV one. Lookup CSV. The CSV lookup reads the content of the file in the CSV format. Right? You know CSV, the format, comma separated value. The lookup looks the row where the first column match the keys. So when you use the lookup command, you need to give the keys, and it returns the value of the second column, unless if you not define the column specified. So the CSV lookup is 3 conditions. So you need to give the key, and if the key match, you return the second column value, unless if you not specified a special which column value you need, right? So let's see the example, so we'll get we'll have more clarity on this. Right. So this my CSV lookup example. Let's see, I have one CSV file. It's under the directory CSV, and I created 2.csv file, right? So the scenario I have created, like you have multiple hosts, and your backup team decide to have dedicated backup line for all your servers, right? Each server may have different backup VLANs, and you need to they have given a CSV file format. Okay, go to this server, and for this server this is the alias IP, for this server this is the alias IP, right? So you have a server, web server. For that they have given alias like a tower.backup and give the new alias IP. So that IP going to be backup server. So another like a server, I have tower.db. So that is this is the alias. For this is the IP address. So scenario is I need to pick this value and this value and go to this server, I mean the tower.1, and enter in etc host file. So this is the concept, right? So how I'm going to achieve this one? So here is my playbook for that. You got to understand. So there is a new alias given. You need to put for each server different alias. So you need to put it on the different servers. So this is being achieved using the CSV lookup. Okay. So what I have done is ignore this part and come here. So I'm looking up the CSV file, and based on the host name. So this one is my host name, the tower.1. If the tower.1 comes here, right? If the tower.1 comes here, I need read the file, and delimiter is comma. This comma is the delimiter, and so it's going to be by default it's going to be the second column. So if the host name is matched, if the tower is matched, it's going to return my alias name. The next one, I'm grabbing the IP address. If host name is matched, give me the second column value. So IP address will be assigned to the alias IP. I hope you understand. So if I come to the tower.db server, the alias will be set here and IP address will be set here. And when I go to the server and if I run the playbook, it's going to put the format as IP address and alias format. Okay. Let's see on the practical. Okay, this is my content. I'm going to run this playbook now. Okay, so now my host file has changed. Let's see what is there in my host file. Okay, so it put the alias name and IP address here. Okay. And I'll go to my tower.db server. So here also I got the alias and IP address. So this is how it works. If you want to change, if you want to add some more content in the CSV file, let's try that even as well. At 2.csv. Right. So I am going to give different IP address. Replace 5. Replace 16. So this is another alias, like a backup 1. This is backup 2. I'm going to run this playbook again. Yeah, it got updated again. So opening it again. So this were updated now. The backup 1 on the tower node and tower DB. If I go, it updated with backup tower DB. You got it, tower DB dot backup 2. Here tower backup 1. So that's all I have in this topic. So hope you very much clear on the topic we discussed, right? So the file lookup and CSV lookup we seen, the environment lookup. Okay, if you want environment lookup also we have seen the very first playbook. This is the one. So here I called the environment variable, that is also getting printed here, right? If you want to look up, see once again. So environment can be called using the env and the shell. You can change it to any environment value, which one you want to check, right? See, the environment value grabs from here. If you want to print the Java home, we can test it here. That's all. Thanks for watching the video. See you again. Bye bye.